not ready for prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time. That's the name.
Prime time.
Prime time.
What time is it? Showtime prime time.
It's XL Prime Time, featuring Joe C.
Why in the world am I sitting back and being quiet about this?
Matt Hayes.
Oh, my God, this is ridiculous.
And Leon Searcy.
If you can't hang with the big dogs, stay on the porch.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Getting it cranking. XL Prime Time hitting the noon hour. Gorgeous day of weather out there. We'll take this. Darn right we will. We have plenty to get into, and hopefully you guys will hang out with us. Those that log on to YouTube, we always appreciate it. Those who just listen to us on the good old All-American radio dial, be it 1010 on the AM, 92.5 on the FM, or the apps, any of them, we appreciate it, that's for sure, as we get it cranking today. Now, a couple days removed from the Super Bowl, and kind of looking back at what Seattle did, how you duplicate it, and all that kind of stuff. Of course, we'll put a Jaguar angle on it. And we'll just kind of lay it out over the course of the first hour here. Pete Prisco did an interesting post-Super Bowl rankings, power rankings for the NFL. Where do you think the Jaguars are at? We'll get into that coming up in just a little bit. But Big Sirs, as we started our little show prep earlier today, you turned the page on football.
I did.
And you went to the Olympics.
I did.
And you started, are you drilling down and watching a ton of Olympics right now?
Well, the over-under is, if you say the over-under is 2 minutes, I'm probably a little over 2 minutes.
Just a little. Okay, I thought you would watch a little bit more than that.
No, I asked Leon this morning, and I put it at 90 seconds.
Oh,
and I was
okay.
like, have you watched more or less than 90 seconds of the Olympics? He just made it over.
I just made it over. Now, collectively, I've watched over 2 minutes. So, I mean, I'm watching highlights. I saw that the women's hockey team beat Sweden 5-0. Saw the speed skating. So I saw the downhill slalom. Is that right?
Yeah. Because
Okay.
they got the Super G.
You know more than we do.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
all
got
right.
the giant,
Way more than
giant
I watched.
slalom. I love, there's all those different skiing events, whether it's the ski jump, the freestyle, the downhill, the Super G, all that. I love
Well, you got to remember where I'm at now. I'm at the watering hole.
Sure.
So whatever's playing on the TV screen while I'm smoking cigars, I'm watching. So that, collectively, I've been watching the Winter Olympics.
How did the women's hockey team do?
They won. I believe they won 5-0 to Sweden. Thank you, sir.
That's
Look at
awesome.
Leon just rattling off the
Good.
scores, the times.
Screw Sweden.
Exactly.
They didn't want
Exactly.
any of this.
They
And
didn't want none of
apparently-
this smoke, you know?
Yeah, apparently.
They're neutral anyway. Aren't they one of the neutrals?
They are.
Yeah.
Right.
They are.
No
we're-
one's neutral when they come up against us.
Yeah. Well, we're destroying dreams, okay? Because there are all these winter
We are
countries
destroying
that
dreams.
have snow everywhere all the time, and they win everything when it comes to the Winter Olympics, and we dominate the Summer Olympics. And now we're just stepping in on the ice, in the snow, whatever, and we're just taking dreams and ripping them away from other people, including curling, man.
Curling.
Yes, let me see if I can find this. We'll play the highlight later, okay, because this is big. But Team USA defeated the reigning gold medalist, the Italians, to reach their first ever mixed doubles gold medal game. That is how big it is when it comes to curling.
Okay.
Now, do you remember us being down at the Coliseum when they had they were just practicing for the Winter Olympics in curling?
Came through Jack's.
Yeah. We were
We
down
did
there
a
at the
show.
arena. Yeah.
Vaguely, no.
Okay.
It was very memorable.
Yeah.
Was it?
We loved it. We had
Maybe
actually
Leon
people
wasn't
on
there.
He might not have been. I'm just trying to think if you remember. Listen, Hack, we were in, man, as far as curling was concerned. We were, but they had great stories about how they were either work a desk job or they're parcel delivery people, and on the side they work on their curling.
Okay.
And they came here and did their little
I
trials.
might have been out that day.
It's like a drinking game.
Oh.
It really is. Like you go out, it's like bowling. You go out with your buddies, you drink and you curl.
Yeah.
You go sweep.
Yeah, but all I know is that what they do, like I drop the 15-pound bowling ball and just let it go wherever it wants to go. And in the case of curling, you can't do that. It is tried and true.
It's precision, right?
Oh my gosh,
you got to hit the bullseye.
I'll show you the
So to
highlight.
say. Okay,
It's
all right.
incredible.
All right.
I'll do that in just a little bit.
Nice.
All right,
Stop
so
it.
yeah,
Stop
what are you doing? What?
Matt's not a fan.
Yeah.
Sorry, other sports exist
yeah,
besides
no.
your beloved.
If it's not college football,
Him in the pre-show meeting, he's like, this has no interest in him. Now all of a sudden he's interested.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, but Matt
Obviously, I'm not watching.
Yeah, Matt has 1 and 1A. I am watching it. I love
You're
it.
watching the Winter Olympics.
Yes. The X Games is one of the main
I don't
things.
believe you, actually. I don't think you are.
TLD, the lovely Diana, I sat there and watched a good hour and a half of it.
I'm gonna have to get a text from her telling me you're watching.
Yeah, hour and a half. And we were watching because it was the freestyle jump, the freestyle skiing. And it was funny because like there's so many of them I have no idea who they are. But we were watching and the drone coverage coming down the mountain in the freestyle is just badass. It's just awesome to watch it and to see the speed that they're operating at and how many jumps they get off. Anyway, I spent at least a cup of coffee trying to figure out what a 1620 was because that was one of the moves that they made. And if you're going 360 degrees, like it took me forever to figure out how many times that they did the spin, or whatever.
Now, do the East Germans still dominate?
No.
The East Germans don't exist.
Yeah,
I know,
exactly.
bro.
Okay. There is no such thing. But did we give up when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? Hell no. And we're not giving up now.
There used to be East Germany and West Germany.
Oh, yeah. It was
God
serious.
Almighty.
Yeah.
What were we doing as a world at that point?
Well,
Seriously.
that wasn't us.
Yeah. That was.
That sort of was us.
Yeah,
We were
us and the
separated.
It was the
Russians,
USSR and all that, the KGB competing against the CIA and all kinds of stuff.
Although they could look at us right now, you know, in the future and say, "What in the world are you people doing?" So,
Meaning, yeah. All I know is that your sports are 1 and 1A. That's it, and you need to.
Not true.
Oh,
Not
okay.
true. I enjoy golf.
That's way down the ladder. You're a college football snob.
Yeah.
I want to admit it.
Yeah.
I enjoy golf.
Okay, so now we're up to 3.
All right, I enjoy basketball.
No, you don't.
No.
Yes, I do. What do you mean?
Liar.
No, you don't.
College basketball. I do.
College, okay.
And I enjoy the NBA playoffs.
I know, but you've announced it during the regular season as meaningless, and,
It
and
is.
I love
It
watching.
is.
Well,
It's a. I mean, it absolutely is.
I
It's a
agree with
6-week
that.
season.
I even watch
It's
it.
a 6-week season.
but I still love watching.
So do I.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying it's a 6-week season.
It's more than a 6-week season. For me, is all I'm saying.
Well, you're like hardcore Joe Sports, is what you are.
Well, no. I can't keep up with all of them. I can't keep up with the association. JJ he's the hardcore one more than any of us.
Yeah, I don't have kids.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
anything.
Yet.
So,
But-
yeah, exactly.
But I tried.
Times
World's
are
gonna change
changing.
real soon, bro.
Like, I didn't see the throwdown in the NBA last night.
Oh, it was epic. We just
Yeah.
watched it.
I saw the highlights and everything like that, and you're not going to land a punch. You're just not. And
Well, unfortunately, the teammates slash
saw-
coaches did not allow a punch because the two guys that were involved, they immediately separated him.
right, and then
And
other
the guy
guys,
that got sheep shotted, they're all stopping him from getting his shot in. It was
Right.
very unfair.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
yeah, and then the other guys, obviously, once they got it, and then you try and tackle somebody, and everybody's around you, and it's not going to work.
So
And
here's the question.
Jeff Van Gundy had to step in and start getting drugged
Biting
across
legs.
the court. Yeah,
You know when an incident like that happens, there's always when you get on the bus.
yeah.
So do you think there might have been an altercation when he got on the bus?
Yeah,
I
whatever.
guarantee it had to be. He stepped to him at least.
Yeah, you would hope.
Yeah.
We're all man's men here, right?
He stepped to him with a bunch of his boys and told him to come off the bus.
So the guy
Maybe.
who started everything, his name is Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah.
He is not a household name in the NBA, but he is infamous now for being that guy that's always starting something with everyone. He wants to fight everyone.
Yeah.
He was the guy who got into it with LeBron.
Okay,
Remember
he's got
a couple years
and he
ago.
tried to get the chin up on
Yeah.
him. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. And look, you got to have a goon.
Yeah, exactly. We don't have enough goons nowadays.
I know, bro. I miss the goons. I mean, who were the goons back in the day?
Well, there's no goons because they don't play physical ball. That's why.
No,
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, you're talking about.
But
the,
we don't
the
even
bad
have
boys.
goons
Yeah,
in like the NFL
like
anymore.
Mahorn.
There's some
Yeah,
goons in
yeah,
the
Rick
NFL.
Mahorn and Bill and
Bill
And
Lambier.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah, those-
classic.
Yeah, they were
Classic goons.
classic. Yes, you come across the lane if you want to.
Charles
Greg-
Oakley.
Greg
in my
Kite.
day,
Oakley,
Charles
yes.
Oakley. Yeah.
Oakley,
Right?
yes.
Greg
Yeah,
Kite
Oakley
with
was
the
rough.
Celtics.
Yeah, Oakley. Rodman could have been. He was a bit of a.
Yeah, he was an enforcer
Yeah,
at times.
Yeah, every time.
But yeah,
Rasheed Wallace was one
Yeah.
in my day.
He would always
Smith's
get
an
teed up.
enforcer, Leon?
Yeah.
Rick Smits was the
and of course Draymond learned from
Draymond,
Rasheed.
of course.
Yeah, he learned from Rasheed.
yeah.
But they
He's
still.
not an enforcer. He's just dirty.
Well,
he's a goon.
but he's
For
still- he
today's
tries.
standards, he's
Yeah,
goonish.
yeah.
He's always trying cheap shots. He'll kick you in the nose.
Yeah.
He'll grab you. He's a goon.
Yeah. All right, so I want to touch on these power rankings coming up here in just a second. And where do you think Jacksonville is? And again, Pete Prisco, he's a regular right here on 1010XL. You hear him on the Franchise Show every week. You hear him on the Jaguars pregame show as they get ready for kickoff every single Sunday. And he's more pro-Jag than he is anti-Jag, that's for sure, as far as the national guys go. But you might be just a little bit surprised on where he has them in the post-Super Bowl power rankings, and we'll throw out some ideas coming out of the Super Bowl, what we think the Jags can do to get to the Super Bowl. So we'll do that coming up. It is XL Primetime, beautiful Tuesday. Hang out with us. Stay on YouTube. Stay on the radio dial, the app, whatever it is you're listening on, and then hit us on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010. Where would you put the Jaguars in your power ranking leading into next season?
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford Mobile Service. Game-ready service right to your driveway. Once upon a time, there was no sports radio.
You like an answer to our prayer? No, wait a minute. I'm not answering to your prayers. I'm not a savior or Martin Luther King or the Easter Bunny.
1010XL.
That's all.
Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Some auto shops call it an inspection and flag any little thing. That's called a wallet flush. At AA Automotive, they don't play that game. They fix only what needs fixing. AA Automotive on Richard Street. Boring name, awesome service, and no wallet flush.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Patrick Young here, a.k.a. the Big PY, and you know I love my Florida Gators. Now you can hear my Gator basketball instant reaction following each Gator Hoops game. Look for my takes on the social channels of 1010XL. Brought to you by VanguardSportsLeagues.com.
We don't have too many cold nights on the First Coast, but when the temperature drops, you want to hit the heat button and warm up. That's where Florida Home comes in. They're the AC experts in Jacksonville, and the importance of keeping your heating system in good working order is really important. If it stops working when it gets cooler, Florida Home will leap into action and provide you with the best solution. Heater and heat pump repair service and new system installation. They do it all. Just call Florida Home AC at 777-4300, the official heating and AC partner of the Jaguars.
This is Sheridan Tootin, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, and Dr. Kevin Murphy put my right shoulder back together a few years ago, and I'm still feeling great. Now I'm using PRP treatment for my knee pain. No matter what you're dealing with, if you're enduring any orthopedic issue, my only recommendation is Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Call us at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist if you ever have a need.
Leave pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Duval Fence is looking for the best in fence installers. Check out DuvalFence.com right now and fence in a great job opportunity. From estimates to installers, they're looking for you right now. Log on to DuvalFence.com for all the details. Equal opportunity employer.
Attention skilled electricians. Are you undervalued at your current company? Time to step up to the bigger projects and better opportunities. Join the team at Miller Electric Company, a trusted name in the industry for over 96 years. At Miller, we tackle the biggest projects in the city, offering not just a job, but an experience, top-notch pay, unbeatable benefits, and the best working environments in the business. Please join the team that values your skills and rewards your hard work. Elevate your career to new heights. Apply today at millercareers.com, an equal opportunity employer.
Low mortgage rates are back. Listen, Loan Pronto has fixed rate mortgages with APRs as low as 4.89%. It's the lowest in years. Hey, gang, Prosser here. Smart homeowners are taking advantage of this while they can. If you got stuck in a 6% loan, you can lower your payment big time, or you can keep your primary mortgage intact, get cash out, equity with Loan Pronto's rapid equity loans. One homeowner just got $250,000 out of their home. They paid off all their credit cards, some car loans, and cut their monthly expense by $2,000. Call now. See what option works best for you, but don't miss this big rate drop of 2026. Ask about new home loans, VA loans, full cash out refis, or their famous rapid equity loan. You can close in less than 2 weeks. You may be able to skip your next 2 house payments altogether. Call 904-999-1508 or visit loanpronto.com. No hard credit pull. 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781. APR for well-qualified buyers.
Visit NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Hi, I'm Susan Peters, CEO and founder of Possibilities Plus. Thanks to the players for supporting our mission to enhance the lives of teens and adults with different abilities. It's 28 days until the players.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farrah doesn't flinch.
With the last shot of this game and a chance to lift the Americans through to play for gold. Team USA trying for 2 and the win.
Girl, clean!
Clean is the word you want to hear.
Clean, yes! Oh!
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's TC to a T for Team USA. And the Coreys roll on to play for gold.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Was she yelling at the what do they call it?
Clean! I need a moment. I'm smoking a cigarette right now. I need a moment.
What do they call it? It's not the ball, whatever it is. What do they call it?
I don't know. We have one guy right now that says USA versus Sweden gold medal curling match is live right now. So we probably need to find
I'll go
out.
flip it on. By the way, it's
So
a stone.
exciting.
Yeah, a dome.
A stone.
Stone. There you go. There you go. There you
All
go. Stone. Good pull. I like that.
Was she
Thank
screaming
Thomas
clean?
for
Is
that.
that what she was screaming?
Yeah.
And the announcer's like, that's what you want to hear. You want to hear it. Clean.
Exactly.
You want it to be clean.
Yeah. So good stuff. Okay, all the way around. Listen, like I said, we're stealing dreams in the Winter Olympics over there in
Matt's if
Cortana.
you've played shuffleboard, you've curled.
Yes, I've played shuffleboard.
Yeah.
It's fun, actually. It's a lot of fun.
And bocce ball. That type
Also
of stuff.
fun, yeah.
Yeah, which is great.
I don't like that it's like only for old people though. It
Well,
should be acceptable
it's
for
not
everyone.
only for old people. You can play anywhere you want.
So-
Whatever you want.
Start your own league, bro.
I don't really see it available except that, you see the elderly people play it at their little communities, but you're not just like walking by a tennis court and you also see a shuffleboard court.
What's kind of cool is the Italian American clubs or whatever, they would have the bocce ball set up, and somebody did it at the St. Augustine Beach Pier. Just kind of set it off to the side, and a bunch of Italian coffee drinkers on
Older
Saturday
fellas,
morning
yeah.
would show up and play bocce ball. And it was cool just to watch them kind of sit back and tell stories and operate and all that kind of stuff. Michael in the middle bought us like one of the bags of the bocce balls for the girls to play out in the backyard. I don't know the rules. I other than you
It's in the attic.
you put that one target out there and then you just toss them and see if you can knock them off. So, all right, curling. Give us some more intel on curling as far as the Olympics is concerned. All right, so where would you put, if you were to put the Jaguars in a power ranking, Big Sirs?
I did a quick one.
Okay.
I
Give
just
it to me.
scanned through the league pretty quick. And
Okay.
I have the Jaguars at 8.
Okay.
In the power ranking, top 10.
And one quick reason why you would put them there, and then we need to put some people in front of them.
Well, the early exit didn't help them. All right. But I think down the stretch, this was one of the hot teams one of the better teams in the AFC, to be quite honest with you. And I think going into this season, they'll be just as hot with Trevor playing to his potential, beyond his potential, and then carrying that over to next year.
Right.
I think he started off slow at the beginning of the season and caught fire down the stretch. I think he starts off with fire at the beginning, and it's kind of Moses' way. Did I just say Moses?
Yeah.
Moses' way throughout the rest of the season.
I like
Consistently.
that.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Well,
I mean, I'm all season optimism.
Sure.
Always. So that's what I'm looking at.
Okay. All right, so who do you put in front of them then? You got 8.
Well, I got them 8. I got the Texans behind them at 9 and the 49ers at 10.
Dang right you do.
Okay. All right. And then I got Green Bay, the Eagles, Buffalo, Denver, Chicago, Seattle, and the Rams ahead of them.
Okay, so here's where I was kind of fighting it just a little bit because I haven't plugged in among the top 7, and I'm putting the Eagles behind them because I think they're a little more in disarray right now, and they haven't been able to figure themselves out. The fact that LA was able to roll in there and take care of business, or excuse me, San Francisco was able to roll in there and take care of business with not a fully equipped team. 49ers not 100% healthy when they went up against the Eagles, and they took care of them.
Yep.
And so I think the Eagles, they're not in a free fall, but they're certainly not where they would like to be. Offensively, defensively, they got game. But the rest of them, I totally get. The Patriots is what I'm fighting right now, and the Chicago Bears are 2 other ones that are up there. All right, so
wait a second.
Yeah, who do you got?
Why do you guys have them so low?
That's not that low.
That's weird to me. Like if I'm looking at the playoffs right now, how many teams in the playoffs? Well, it's over now. But if in the playoffs, how many of those teams do you think? Okay, they'll beat the Jaguars.
Yeah,
how many?
I think right now you have to
1.
Yeah, well, I would put L.A., Seattle, the Buffalo Bills,
and it ends right there.
I'd put all 3 of them up there.
I wouldn't put Buffalo up there. No, they blew that game. I put them at 3.
They lost it.
I know they did.
Okay, this is when you kind of get in dreamscape land.
It's not in dreamscape land. We all watched the game.
Yeah.
They blew that game.
Yeah.
So I'd put them at 3.
Now things change. Obviously, Buffalo, things may be eroding. They have a brand new coach. They don't have a whole lot in terms of the receiving core past Khalil Shakir. They got Keon Coleman. We don't really know what's going to go on with him. But by and large, they did pretty good in terms of their secondary. They were one of the top defending teams on the back end. Didn't necessarily do a great job against the run, but
big difference between McDermott and Joe Brady.
Yeah,
big difference.
That I agree with. Sean McDermott made the postseason 7 out of 9 seasons he was there.
I think they're going to ruin the day they ran him off.
And so it's hard to put. And the only reason I'm putting them there is because they beat them. That's it.
I'm just saying that I and you know me, I've been the most critical of this franchise in forever. I think it's time to start thinking big, and I mean big.
Oh,
not just like winning the AFC. I think the goal has to be now. You're winning the Super Bowl, man. You have a team built to win deep in the playoffs. Go do it.
Yeah, I don't think there's any hesitation or objection.
I mean, Leon, we talked
offensively,
early,
you do.
You're right. We talked early in the season, like whenever these big games would come up, we'd be like, "You're the better team. Go win the game." Like the Broncos.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Games like that, and they did it.
They did. They did all season long. They beat outside the Rams of Seattle. I mean, the games that they should have won, they won. All right, and I think that the opportunity to play a first place schedule this year is going to be pivotal on how fast this team starts out. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Here's another thing too. I don't buy the whole. Well, they were a couple plays away from having 6 losses. No, good teams win those games. Good teams have a guy like Devon Hamilton to knock down a pass.
Yeah,
when the guy's wide open.
But there's no getting away from. There was moments where you're going, "What the H?"
Right.
Okay.
And I can guarantee you, if you look at the Seahawks season, you're going to say, "Holy cow! How did they not lose 3 more games?"
Yeah, they like. We're comparing. If we're doing that, we're comparing them to a team that
it's the National Football League.
But
Seattle
Seattle
what happens in that.
Yeah,
league,
Seattle had a top-notch defense, and
yes,
by and
no
large,
doubt.
was able to take care of
no
business.
Doubt.
Well, I mean, even when I was playing, they said good teams find a way and bad teams find a way too.
Right.
You know, so when you're in those tight situations where it's close like that, the worst team will find a way to do something
in any sport.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, and so I'm all about the fact that this is just the beginning of this football team, and for you to expect less than what you already got is probably a little short-sighted. You may think that, hey, was it fool's gold? Look at how it's gone from 17 into 18, from 22 into 23. How can we expect it to be back-to-back? Well, you should expect it because of the massive change you saw from the leadership, from the people that were on the football field and the people that were coaching them. You saw a hell of a lot of improvement from 3 major branches of this franchise, all with a huge uptick.
Yeah. You know what? I think what's trending for Trevor is that when he went to NFL honors and was a part of the MVP vote.
Yeah.
Sometimes as a player, you think that these so-called players that are in front of you are so elite until you sit at the same table. And that when you sit at the same table, you're like, wait a minute.
All right.
They ain't no different than me.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think Trevor, being included on the MVP situation and sitting at the table with these so-called elites. When he sits at that table, he's like, man, these dudes ain't no different than me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if he comes in there with that mindset this season and he plays like that, then we're in store for something special.
And the other half of that is Liam Cohen sitting at the same table.
Yeah, exactly.
113 games.
Because what happens is, bro, is when you see it from the outside looking in, you pay homage to those teams. You're like, oh, that team is great. This player's great, whatever. Then when you go and get there and meet them and sit at the table, you're like, bro, these cats ain't no different than me. You know what I'm saying?
That's the way to look at it.
Yeah, that's what changed your whole mentality about it.
You have to. And Kyle Shanahan said something interesting after playing the Seahawks. He said the last 2 games, I couldn't even score a touchdown on them.
Mm-hmm.
And so calling plays against that Seattle defense is not easy. And Mike McDonald has built that Super Bowl performing defense to a high level, kept this team to 12 points here at the bank. And so, yeah, you're sitting there going, you're trying to figure out what is it going to take. Well, I think we would all agree, and I said this about Trevor, I think we haven't seen the ceiling. This guy now has a hunger, a taste of what it feels like to do it on a consistent, regular basis. Stacked stats together, which is what he did down the stretch. Player of the week, multiple player of the week honors. First guy ever to do it in NFL history with a rushing touchdown, 5 passing touchdowns, this many yards on the ground, this many yards in the air. Just some unbelievably good stuff. And so this is just kind of cracking the egg right now. That's for sure. And so anyway, Pete Prisco has got, and again, he's putting the Seahawks and the Patriots in the top 2, I guess by default. Pete's logic is they won the AFC and they won the NFC, and obviously the Seahawks are the Super Bowl champions. Then he has the Rams 3rd. He's got the Jaguars 4th. And I love it. He said this young team is building towards something, and Liam Cohen is the right guy for the job. They do have to find ways to improve their pass rush. And honestly, that's the only thing that I'm struggling with right now. And it's the classic line that Matt has thrown out there forever that we all speak of it as if it's going to the church. Affect the quarterback and protect the quarterback. And they do not affect the quarterback nearly enough. And they forced a lot of takeaways. They were opportunistic. They were more physical on the defensive side than I think we have seen in a long, long time, and fast. But at the same time, they did not get to the quarterback often enough and or harassed him or got him on the ground often enough. And then as a result of that, the guys on the back end suffered. That's got to be the major improvement that you were talking about.
Yeah, all we needed was what, Matt Hayes? One stop?
Yeah.
One stop, just one stop.
Not only that, one stop with 2 opportunities of one stop in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And
then you get over that hump, and who knows what happens after that, man.
Yeah. After the Jags, according to Pete, you've got the Broncos 5th, the 49ers 6th, the Bills 7th, the Bears 8th, rounding out his top 10, the Eagles and the Packers. It is wide open in a lot of respects as far as where this football team is at.
Yeah.
They got to take some big steps. They're crimped in their salary cap numbers. We'll see what they can do with that. But let's just keep the conversation going. 641-1010. And your thoughts on where you think this team will go, can go, should go to be one of those teams we're talking about at the end of the line at the end of 2026. It is XL Primetime on a beautiful Tuesday. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures and let us know what you think.
XL Primetime, driven by Duval Ford. Streaming live from the XL Digital Studios. Polished by Harbor Dental Care, the locally owned smile restoration experts.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Attention Northeast Florida golfers. Save hundreds on golf at premier local courses and support youth development. The First Tee of North Florida Tour Card is your key to big savings and making a difference. For just $99, you'll unlock discounted golf and offers at top courses and local businesses all year long. Plus, every tour card purchase helps fund programs that build character, confidence, and life skills for kids in our community. Grab your tour card today at tourcard.org.
Spring is almost here. Is your yard ready? Lucas Tree Service, a family-owned business with over 45 years of experience, is your local certified arborist for tree removal, trimming, and stump grinding for residential or commercial properties. Protect your home, boost your curb appeal, and get top-notch service from a Jacksonville company. Make sure your trees are healthy and safe before summer hits. Schedule your tree inspection today at lucastreeservice.com.
It's free window February with Renewal by Andersen. Right now, when you buy 4 replacement windows, you get the 5th for free. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 1 year. This offer expires February 28th. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com to schedule your free consultation.
License number CGC 1527613.
Valentine's Day is sweet, but let's be honest, your septic tank wants attention too. Because when it gets ignored, it doesn't sulk, it causes problems, big ones. That's why Rooter, the only master septic contractor in Northeast Florida, is rolling out the Show Your Septic Some Love promotion. Right now, get $50 off septic tank pumping when you book by February 28th. Give your septic a little love now so it doesn't make a big scene later. When you start, call the Duck, 904-862-6769, duckduckrooter.com.
Hey, gang, Prosser here for my friends Chad and Sandy. What are your concerns? What struggles do you anticipate when it comes time to sell your home? What is it that bothers you? What's keeping you from getting max money as quickly as possible? Well, I don't know what those reasons are because I know they're all silly. Because Chad and Sandy have one down-to-the-line guarantee. Your home sold guaranteed, or they will buy it. It'll be at a price and a rate that you agree upon beforehand. So if you need to sell now, fast, easy, stress-free, and you need max price, then you need Chad and Sandy. The government's making moves intended to push mortgage rates lower. The last time rates dropped, we saw a selling and buying frenzy. Now's the time to prepare. It's time to call Chad and Sandy. Darcy in San Jose did. I wanted to move to a more walkable, vibrant area. Within 3 days of working with Chad and Sandy's team, I found the perfect home. They do it stress-free with a guarantee. Go to chadandsandy.com or call 414-6200. That's chadandsandy.com.
Like many football fans in Jacksonville, I love defense. I am attorney Lee Lockett, and I'm here to tell you that defense in the courtroom is important as well. That's because penalties for DUI are much more serious than penalties on the gridiron. If you or someone you know is facing a DUI, call us for a free case analysis now. Know before you blow 858-9818. Put my more than 20 years of experience to work for you. Office is Jacksonville, serving all surrounding counties. Call 858-9818 or go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah.
I mean, you asked people a year ago, people thought I sucked. So, I mean, I don't think you can listen to too much. I've always known what I'm capable of, and it's been frustrating at times. You know, I obviously haven't played as well as I know I can, but now having the foundation in place, the confidence in what we're doing, the system, the scheme, our personnel, got a lot of great players. I have a lot of confidence in that. And for me, it's not about what people think if I'm in that conversation or not. It's just about winning games. Yep. But naturally, when you win, that happens. So I'm proud of what we were able to do this year. Not for people to say that, you know, I'm one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but just because our team is one of the better teams in the league. Yep. And that's what happens when you play well.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
So that was Trevor Lawrence as he was sitting down in part of the nightcap. And what he said, the way he couched that whole thing, wasn't that long ago that people thought I sucked. And then now you're in a position where a lot of things have gone right. So when you hear Trevor say that, how excited are you? How fired up does it make you to look ahead and see what is going to be the 2026 version of this team? Because Big Sirs, he grew, this team grew. Big time.
Yeah. Listen, you remember, I think it was in May when he said, I got the answers to the test. Remember how we were like, wow, really?
Yeah.
So all he's really saying is that he understands schematically how to run this offense. You know, he's got the personnel in place as far as running game, offensive line, wide receivers to have success. And And he believes in this. He's got a confidence, a swagger about himself because we've seen the results of it. We've seen the results of him passing the ball, not having passing the ball with the efficiency, running the ball, the opportunity not turning the ball. So we've seen him have success. So that's why I said the Scorch the Earth tour might be in full effect next year. Remember, this is off season. All-season optimism.
Yeah.
I just want him to start off fast. I'll be very interested to see what this team does with Trevor understanding the offense schematically and then going out there performing at a very elite and high level.
Because there were wobbles and doubts midway through the year last year.
There were more than There were
naysayers,
you're saying,
second
you're
guessers. You can go. You can list all sorts of things because that's where they were. Like I said, we could say how good they were. Like one of our texters says, we had 11 Pythagorean wins, which means we were a little lucky, but we were definitely good because back to Matt's point, you were able to take control of the game late when you needed to. The fourth quarter was a fail a season ago. They were 3-10 in one-score games. That changed entirely this year. That not only were they able to win tight ball games, they were able to blow the doors off some other people, which you did not see coming. After Houston beating the Chargers the way they beat them, nobody saw that coming, and yet they were able to do it. Going to Denver and beating them by 2 touchdowns, nobody saw that coming. And so all you have to do is look at the points they gave up last year and the points they scored. Scored in the teens, gave up nearly 4 touchdowns. And then the pendulum swung in the
completely flipped.
Yeah, and they were able to hold people to less than 3 touchdowns and, again, score right around 28 points per game. Mm-hmm. So a stunning turnaround, and you should want and expect more. We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, I look, I get what Trevor's saying. Like, people thought I sucked. After 4 years in the league, he had to have been thinking himself, like, what's going on here, man? Why is this not as easy as it always has been in my life? And I think he probably did some soul searching. He got a great coach who literally worked with him hands-on.
Yeah.
Right down to, footwork. And Liam Cohen, by the way, said that Trevor came to him about the footwork, that his footwork needed to change. So, but my point is, I think Trevor looked in the mirror and said, like Leon says all the time, I might be the problem.
Yeah.
And then he got a coach that fit perfectly with him, and they pushed each other.
Yeah. Well,
and I absolutely loved the throw it on his chest. Throwing on his chest was awesome. Even better was Trevor's response to it. Get the hell out of here. I'm in the middle of this war right now.
But
that was the best part about the entire season.
I firmly believe from the Liam side of that, Trevor waved him off right then, but knew he was 100% right.
100, yes, no doubt about it.
100%
no
right.
doubt about it. But he's also like, I get it. Let me deal with this war I got going on right
Let's
here.
not forget, from Cincinnati all the way to the LA game, you saw the wobbles, the doubts, the second guesses, the naysayers because of that. And then finally, Liam came out again and said, let it rip. And that's when you saw that transformation.
Listen, I like the fact that they're confrontational because that tells me in the meeting room, even in the meeting room in practice, there are words being said to each other about getting it right.
Yeah.
Because to be compliant in practice means that you're going to perform it on Sunday. So I'm sure Liam and Trevor have had their back and forths in the meeting room about doing it the right way all the time, especially in practice.
Yeah, I love it. All right, here's another one. Different point of view. No problem with that. 641-1010. You guys hit the text line. Designed by Lifetime Enclosures. We all say this feels different than 2022, but I got to be honest, sitting in the end zone during the Bills game, I'm not so sure. Trevor wasn't just a benefit of the teams we played at the end of the season because those interceptions were terrible. And so those are the things that will haunt Jaguar fans. And you look back and try and figure out, why didn't you move past the first week? Well, the defense did sag at the worst possible time. And Trevor also threw some bad balls in that ball game. But they still were able to produce points in the second half with big plays off of his arm.
Obviously, the turnovers are a big deal. Okay, there's no doubt about it.
He cleaned them up until then, honestly.
They had the lead twice in the fourth quarter and couldn't protect it.
Right.
Stop with the turnovers.
Yeah.
He got them to where they were.
Yeah.
He got them to the point where they had the lead twice in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, both of them still count. Okay?
They do, but my point is, if your quarterback's Mahomes throws interceptions. Josh Allen throws interceptions.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold had the most turnovers of any quarterback in the NFL this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I get the turnovers. If you put your team in position to win and you can't get off the field, that's not on the quarterback.
But at the same time, Sammy had an unbelievable defense that did everything necessary to make sure that whole thing got there intact in the Super Bowl. And he didn't turn it over in the postseason the way he had done it in the regular season. The opposite is true of what happened down the stretch. And like I said, I agree with you. Trevor did enough to win that football game.
I don't think you need an unbelievable defense.
Yeah.
I think you just need a strong defense. You don't need an elite defense.
Mm-hmm.
You just need a strong defense that can get off the field when you need them to.
Yeah.
The Seahawks offense was average, but the defense was phenomenal.
Yeah. 130-some yards from Kenneth Walker.
It was good. Very good.
Not average. And what JSN did during the year, MVP level.
Also very good.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Not average at all. But you're still trying to figure out what it's going to be defensively for this football team to go along with what happened offensively this year. They scored more points than they had in any other Jaguars season. And they also had more takeaways.
They won the Super Bowl with a quarterback who led the league in turnovers. Think about that.
Oh, yeah. And there are guys that take chances. I have to go back and look, but I believe a couple of his multi-interception games, they did not lose. There were at least two. He threw 3 picks. I believe it was 3 picks to L.A. and lost by 2 points. So there still were a couple of those that happened down the stretch. All right, you guys keep it going. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. We will stay on this topic. We'll get into a couple of other ones as far as the NFL is concerned. But also, let's tie it back to college football a little bit coming up here on XLP.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. Find Florida Gators basketball on 1010XL.
The SEC's top team heads to Athens for a Tuesday night treat. Florida, Georgia. Tomorrow at 7 on 92.5 FM.
Veterans have given everything in service of our country. I'm Chris Campione, and if you've been injured in an accident through no fault of your own or dealing with the consequences of having your VA benefits denied, you deserve someone who will fight hard for you. At Campione Law, we're proud to stand up for those who have served and protect the rights that you've earned. You don't pay anything unless we win your case. Learn more at CampioneLaw.com. Offices, Jacksonville and St. Augustine.
Count on Campione Law.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, you spend a lot of time talking about diamonds, but what about some of the colored stones we see?
Frank, when you talk about colored stones, there are literally hundreds of varieties and species in the gem kingdom. As certified gemologists, we're trained gemologically on the identification of each of these and can separate the man-made synthetics and imitations from the real thing. But at Underwoods, we can go to the next step. At Underwoods, we're active buyers of loose-colored stones in the world markets, so we have an understanding of the values of colored stones as they relate back to the various qualities. In fact, just like diamonds, we buy most of our colored stones loose, then create the pieces of jewelry to hold the gems. You can be assured not only of the authenticity and quality of our colored stone jewelry, but also of the value. So if you're in the market for a fine quality emerald, sapphire, ruby, aquamarine, amethyst, citrine, tourmaline, peridot, or any other gemstone, come by and see us at Underwoods.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On February 10th, 1992, speed skater Bonnie Blair won the 1992 Olympic first gold medal for Team USA.
Not everyone is built for a cubicle. At Local 234, apprentices get paid to learn hands-on skills like plumbing, pipe fitting, HVAC, the stuff Jacksonville runs on. No endless lectures, no massive student debt, just hands-on training, real jobs, and real pay. This is how you level up, by doing work that actually matters. Check them out at UA234.com. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Local 234. Make the right connection.
San Jose Collision in Mandarin is proud to be an I-CAR Gold Class collision repair facility. That means they meet the industry's highest training standards. Experience the difference at San Jose Collision in Mandarin.
Zero Res Month of Love Sale. Hicken here. Not only is your carpet one of the biggest investments in your home, it's also the biggest air filter in your home. If your carpet hasn't been professionally cleaned, you're breathing unhealthy levels of nasty dirt, dander, bacteria, and germs that keep recirculating again and again. Lucky for you, Zero Res is going to spread the love to you and your home. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at just $149. Book online at ZeroResJacksonville.com and say you want the 1010 XL or Dan Hicken Special.
Zero Res.
Skilled trade jobs are booming. You can begin a high-pay, high-demand career right now through the Northeast Florida Builders Association. Their apprenticeship program provides paid training in some of the most highly sought-after skilled trades. Work full-time in carpentry, electrical, HVAC, or plumbing, plus earn a 10% raise every year. And the classes, 100% tuition-free. Apply online starting March 10th and start your new career now at NEFBAapprenticeship.org.
Did you know that an annual coating inspection can extend the life of your building by years? Catching early signs like hairline cracks, fading, and moisture intrusion helps prevent costly repairs down the road and keeps your property looking its best. Our team at Performance Painting helps you stay ahead of maintenance with professional inspections and long-lasting coating solutions. Protect your building, protect your budget. Go to performance-painting.com to schedule a free inspection. Performance Painting, repair, protect, preserve.
Performance painting.
Hey, I'm Tony from Tony D's Pizza. People ask me all day long, is it the water that makes the difference? Well, yes and no. Even water can't make a good pizza. It's the ingredients, too. The best tomatoes, the best flour, and the best cheese. Oh, and a lot of love. Tony D's New York Pizza, Bay Meadows and 295.
1010XL, presented by Farrah and Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farrah doesn't flinch.
What can do with this one? Super Bowl leftovers. Kind of like that butt that Matt brought in. Nice butt, Matt. Nice butt. This is leftovers just like that. You smoked it slow, bro.
Yeah.
How long?
About 10 hours.
10 hours.
225.
Over the charcoal.
No.
No?
Pellet.
Oh, over the pellets. Excuse me. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was good, bro.
Outstanding.
Outstanding, yes.
What kind of rub?
Salt, pepper, garlic.
Okay.
Okay, so very simple.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
all you need, man. Trinity.
All right, listen,
Blessed Trinity.
I'm just getting all sorts of relaxed right now. I love it. By the way, Thomas is in there training. Is that what's happening right now? JJ's nodding the head. What do you think, La Silva? What do you think? Okay, all right. So far, so good.
Yeah, that's
So-
I call him Baby Bo.
Yeah, he
Like
does look like a little baby Maselli.
Maselli in the face.
All right, young Thomas is in there. All right, so here we go. Colleges with multiple players in Super Bowl 60. I need to see if you guys can nail some of these, okay? And you might even think of the players. We're not going to go that far, but colleges with the most players in the Super Bowl this past Sunday.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind if you gave me three. Three teams with the most players.
Let's go Ohio State.
Okay.
Alabama.
All right.
There's no ding yet?
I don't know if JJ wants to guess or anything like that, or if
I know the Miami Hurricanes had 3.
you
So
are
I'm gonna
correct,
just say
sir.
them.
That does not count. But let's ding up Big Sirs.
For Bama.
Alabama.
How about Georgia?
So you had Christian Barmore, Anthony Jennings, Josh Jobe, Jalen Milroe on the Seahawks. It says there's got to be a couple more because it says there's a total of 6 from Alabama, according to the people out there that keep track of this stuff. No to Georgia.
LSU?
LSU, let's get a ding. Keyshawn Booty. Will Campbell, some would argue he was not there, but it does count as a member of the LSU Tigers. Caleb on Chason, all these guys that were able to get those players in. Okay, one more, and I'm looking actually for AI evidence to back this one up. Someone else may have to help me here.
So there must be somebody random then. I'm going to say
Don't.
Golly. Michigan State.
No. And I'm just going to tell you that right now it does not appear. Oh, come on now. Pull this bad boy up. It does not appear to be that random. Okay?
It's not random.
No.
Huh. Clemson.
Who?
Clemson.
No. It seems like a few years back you might have been able to say Clemson and it would be accurate. But according to the people who put the graphic up,
Oklahoma?
Nope. By the way, you did mention Michigan State with Kenneth Walker. 4.
How is Ohio State not in that list?
Okay, so here we go.
All right.
According to the people who put the graphic out, Alabama, LSU, and Ole Miss had 6. 4 total from Michigan State, from North Carolina, and from Texas. And then 3, which is what JJ mentioned earlier, including the U. Ohio State had 3. Southern Cal, UCF had 3. Michigan, Cocky, Auburn, the Fighting Illini. I think you got the NC State Wolfpack. You had Georgia in there with 2. There were a bunch that had 2. Oregon, how about Vanderbilt and Clark Lee? 2 players in the Super Bowl. Penn State, Wazoo, Florida State, the Vols, Notre Dame, Kansas, handful there. Interesting. All right, so I was looking to see who the other guys were that had popped in there from the Ole Miss Rebels. I'm going to have to pull that up because I don't see it right here in front of me right now. But that's a pretty good group. Again, the SEC, you should not be shocked by this. They led with players on those rosters. You had 106 players that were suiting up, or you could say 53-man roster. They didn't all suit up, but you get my point. 30 from the SEC.
Well, I mean, that's all fine and dandy, but they haven't won a national title in 3 years now.
They still boast the most talented players in America when it comes to college football. The Big Ten had 25.
Closing in. They're closing in.
And the only reason they now can puff their chest out and say that they're closing in is because they had to go rip away Sam Darnold and a handful of other guys from the Pac-12. And that way they could include themselves as having that many players.
I'm pretty sure the SEC is including Texas and Oklahoma in their list.
Well, yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
And Texas A&M.
Yeah, exactly.
And Missouri.
Yeah, and the Ags and Cocky. But you had Sam Darnold, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet, who unfortunately had the injury, but definitely another talented one. 14 for the ACC, including the new nickname for Drake May, the schedule. That's what they're calling him.
They're calling him the schedule?
The schedule. Because they play.
That's fantastic.
That's awesome,
so
is it
brutal,
not?
man.
They are brutal. They will not quit. But he is now nicknamed officially the schedule. I called him Pop-Tart. I loved him forever. I still may bounce back and forth between Pop-Tart and the schedule. But they played the easiest schedule among those that were making it into the postseason, and they played 10 teams that their coaches were ultimately relieved of their duty. So the schedule. There you go.
10 games.
Well, 10 games.
Yeah, 10 games. Right, but still 10.
Yeah. And there were a bunch of non-FBS. How about this? 13 players were non-FBS, and I think I've got a few of them here that are at least worth pointing out. Cooper Kupp, Eastern Washington. Rashid Shaheed, the pride of one of Coach Campo's old stomping grounds, Weber State. I think he called it. Is it Weber? Yeah, Weber State. Woolen, UTSA, San Antonio.
That's not FCS.
Zabel.
That's FBS. UTSA is FBS.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe out of the Power 5. Out of the Power 4.
Yeah, they're in Conference USA.
Yeah. What are they in?
Conference USA.
Okay. Well, that's
they
still,
might have moved to the American. I don't know. I mean,
that's
one of those.
That's still group of 6, right?
Yeah. It's FBS.
Okay, but I'm simply pointing out.
You said FCS is what you said. They're not FCS.
Yeah, I never.
That's like
all I said was small
one
schools.
AA.
Yeah, all I said was small schools. I didn't even say FCS.
I think you did say FCS.
I did not. Zabel, North Dakota State, soon to be part of what? What are they going to be part of? The
FBS.
Yeah, there you go. Louisiana
They'll
Tech.
be in the Mountain West Conference.
Louisiana Tech, Milton Williams. I love that guy. Wish Jacksonville would have been able to put an offer sheet in front of him a couple seasons ago. It was an expensive contract, but that would have been nice to have Milton Williams inside. And then Robert Spillane out of Western Michigan. So they're decent ones right there. The idea is that you sprinkle in those guys and you shop where the biggest prizes are, which is the SEC, the Big Ten. You can throw the other Power 4 conferences up there, and then you find these guys, diamonds in the rough. That's what you're looking for. That's for sure. All right, a diamond in the rough, he is not. He's proven, been coaching for a half century. His name is Mark Duffner. He will step in. We'll talk a little Super Bowl with him. He certainly has the feel of what it took to win on the defensive side of the ball, so we'll say hello to him coming up on XL Primetime.
XL Primetime, driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford, the #1 place to buy your next vehicle. If your favorite colors are teal and black,
I love my Jaguars.
you're on the right track.
Let's go, John!
1010XL, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
It's Cancer Prevention Month, and Ackerman Urology reminds you to stay ahead of prostate, bladder, and kidney health. Get a yearly checkup, ask about a screening, and make self-checks a habit. To make an appointment at one of 4 locations, visit AckermanUrology.com.
Like to learn how to fly an airplane? Well, you're not alone. High Flying Jacko here, inviting you to listen Sunday morning. We'll start your aviation career with a 60-minute ride on the airwaves of 1010XL. The High Flying Show, Sunday at 9 on 1010XL.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Frank Frangie here for Coil Fencing. Since 1927, Jacksonville has trusted Coil Fencing to protect what matters. And I trust them too. From tough chain link to your commercial project to sleek aluminum fencing your HOA will love, Coil does it all. Did you know that Coil can also install, service, and maintain those automatic gates that help protect your neighborhood or business? To schedule a complimentary consultation, visit CoilJacks.com. That's COYLE Jacks.com. Coil Fencing, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Do you want to grow your career with a company that's committed to growing with you? Florida Home AC has aggressive plans to double their workforce, and they're looking for determined, resourceful people with initiative. Just log on to FloridaHomeAC.com/careers to find out more.
Royal Pest Services, a local company you can trust. Royal Pest is a certified installer of tap insulation, which stands for thermal, acoustic, and pest control. Reduce that electric bill by adding pest protection. It's that easy. Online at RoyalPestServices.com.
The Brown Family YMCA in Ponte Vedra Beach is better than ever. Come experience our new renovated spaces, including an expanded wellness center with upgraded state-of-the-art equipment, recovery solutions, brand new locker rooms, and the Horsell Center for Health and Well-Being, all designed to help you feel your best. And now you can join with no joining fee. Plus, enjoy your 4th month free. There's no place like this place. And you'll love what's new. Visit the Brown Family YMCA in Ponte Vedra Beach.
Pickett here for Action Garage Door. Nothing more frustrating than your garage door misfiring. When it does, I call Action Garage Door. They take action. Jeff Menard and crew, Jacksonville folks, not some big out-of-town chain. Something goes wrong with your garage door, take action. Check them out. Garage Door 911, GarageDoor911.com.
For the ultimate and unique gift ideas, visit CuneFlowers.com. RJ Saunders here, and no matter what the reason, Cune Flowers has it all. Sending flowers was never so easy, either online, on the phone, or in their super cool showroom. Cune Flowers converts the extra point every time.
Staying active no matter your age is key to living life at its fullest. Rebound Rehabilitation wants you to know they can get you back up to speed and back in the game pain-free. Rebound Rehabilitation with a dozen locations across the First Coast with top-of-the-line therapists ready to assist you. Neck and back pain, hip, knee, or foot pain, they can help. Excellent patient care combined with the highest quality and rehabilitation services. Look for a Rebound Rehab location near you and get back in the game. ReboundRehab.com.
Hi, I'm Susan Peters, CEO and founder of Possibilities Plus. Thanks to the players for supporting our mission to enhance the lives of teens and adults with different abilities. It's 28 days until the players.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update. I'm RJ Saunders for 1010XL. This update brought to you by USA Park Airport Parking. Opening week has arrived with first pitch of the 2026 baseball season just a couple of days away for the Gators on Friday, February 13th against UAB. The number 13 Florida Gators continue their preseason preparation through Thursday with 3 open practices. Preseason spring practices and scrimmages are open to the public. Right now, 74 degrees at 1 o'clock. Time and 10 brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. We know what cool sounds like. XL Prime Time. But what does it feel like? Find out at FloridaHomeAC.com. 1010XL.
1 o'clock hour has arrived. A beautiful Tuesday on the First Coast, touching 70 degrees today compared to what it was. Oh, yeah. We will take that. Get on out. Enjoy yourself a little bit. We're going to enjoy our conversation with one of our coaches. Both sides of the ball is where you usually catch him. And then, of course, he and Gerald Ingram with their weekly visits in on XL Primetime. Coach Mark Duffner joins us, longtime defensive coach, linebackers coach as well here in the city of Jacksonville for many years. Coach, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. Great to be with you guys.
Good to see you. And we'll switch microphones and just make sure we got a good one for Coach Duff. But when you coached in the Super Bowl, okay, so you know exactly what we're talking about. When you were up with Cincinnati, you coached in the Super Bowl. How big was that defensive performance for the Seattle Seahawks? They torched New England.
Incredible. I mean, from start to finish, they harassed, the quarterback May all day long. And he did a great job, McDonald, and I thought in terms of mixing, whether it was four-man rush, fire zone, simulated zone pressure, zero pressure. They alternated with dime personnel, nickel personnel. I mean, called a masterful game. And it seemed like the New England had no answers to it. I mean, they kept trying to go drop back pass. They could not block. Their left side of the offensive line was just getting toasted during the course of the game. And so they took advantage of that and really made life difficult for the offense as far as New England was concerned.
Coach, you know what? A lot of people didn't enjoy the game because there wasn't a lot of points scored, whatever. But as a former offensive lineman, I was intrigued by the fact that both defenses were elite, and I was very interested to see how the offensive lines were going to communicate to kind of decipher what the defense was bringing them.
Yeah, no question.
So everybody I was enjoying it. I wanted to see which offensive line could decipher the information and then come back on the field and go out there and execute and block it.
Well, I'm right with you on that because both defenses, like you said, played pretty darn well, especially in that first half. And I was waiting to see how the offenses, like you said, the line and the coordinators and everything else were going to respond. I just, it's easy to look back after the game, but I was waiting to see when New England would put May on the run a little bit with either half rolls or bootlegs or some sort of sprint pass because their drop back situation was struggling and they just couldn't protect those guys, whether it be on the edge or inside. So, across the board, really a quality effort. The special teams that Seattle had too. I mean, the field goal kicker, the punter, geez, really, really excellent.
It also seems like there was, Josh McDaniel put him in position where he didn't have easy throws. Every throw he was going to make was going to be a difficult second or third level throw while he's dealing with a pass rush. There was nothing easy. Did you see that?
I did, but I also saw something that kind of carried over from the Denver game. He looked like he was trying to aim the ball a lot of times. I'm talking about the quarterback May versus just throwing it. And I did not know until after the game that he'd had some level of injury to his shoulder. And maybe that was the factor because he threw some balls that, he had people and he, just had a bad ball. I mean, he just missed them sometimes, in a tough way. But he just looked like he was aiming versus throwing. And you can't, when you aim, it's not going to be successful. That's what I saw a lot of.
Got our coach on the defensive side, Mark Duffner, hanging out with us, former Jags linebackers coach. You guys got a question, 641-1010. Hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. And we were joking, social media's taking over. Drake May, now the new name is The Schedule. And one of our texters pointed out that there were already games that they played against teams that have fired coaches, 10 total games. Aaron Glenn probably should have been bounced. That would have been another 2 games. Anyway, bottom line is, Coach, you know how tough it is to win in the National Football League. They still did enough good work to get there. He just got exposed in the end.
No question. I mean, they won 17 games. I mean, and I don't care who you're playing. If you're playing against air, it's hard to win sometimes. And I'm just, I still applaud the effort that they put forth to turn their season to such a successful one from the year before. They did. Then I know they went out and got more free agency help than anybody else, but they got that working in the right direction. Their defense was solid and really pretty darn good the whole course of the year. The quarterback playing like he played all year long to be, as productive as he was and second in the MVP voting. I mean, a lot of positive things they got accomplished up there. And like I said, the second easiest schedule or whatever it is, shoot, every year that thing can change, and every week that thing can change based on the health of players. So you still got to go out and compete for the 60 minutes and win the games, and they did that in a big way.
Coach, are you surprised that Josh McDaniels, who's an elite defensive coordinator, who's coached in almost 10 Super Bowls, that he didn't do anything schematically to help out his quarterback as far as formation-wise or check downs or hot routes or reads or whatever, to where he can just, because they were bringing the kitchen sink at the moment. Whereas a situation where Drake May is making quicker decisions with the football, because a lot of times, I mean, he was just holding on to that ball, but he didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, I would say to you, the last two games, of course, the weather was a factor in the Denver game. I just didn't see that offense as smoothly running and having the adjustability like you're talking about that I thought they might. Let's say this. I mean, I think their plan was to let the opponent team throw the ball to them or let them win the game with takeaways and that type of thing. And of course, Seattle did it better than anybody. No takeaways. They had no turnovers in the playoffs or in the Super Bowl. So, that didn't work for them. But I think their goal was to play good defense, to, not bend or not break, but, bend, not break, and try to win the game that way and not put maybe too much on May's shoulders. But he showed during the season that he could handle a lot. That's why I'm kind of with you. I thought they got a little too conservative.
All right, so we're always looking forward, right? We're always facing forward. And we were talking about this earlier in the show. I look at these playoffs and what happened and what unfolded in the playoffs, and I'm looking at that and I see the Rams are a better team than the Jaguars right now. The Seahawks probably a better team than the Jags right now. Other than that, no one. Like I see this team as one of the top 3 teams in the league heading into next season. Now, free agency changes everything. The draft changes everything. But I think this team the goal shouldn't just be, all right, let's win the division. The goal should be not only to win the AFC, the goal should be to win the Super Bowl. I mean, they should have that there up top.
That's 100% their goal. It's just a matter of whether,
I mean the reality of it.
When you see the metamorphosis, I guess you'd say, of this team, the Jaguars team, as the season went on, I'm with you on this. Let me tell you right now, I mean, we beat some really good teams, beat Denver out there during the regular season in a playoff atmosphere when they were as hot a team as they're when they'd won 10 or 12 straight. They hadn't lost any games in 11 in a row at home. Are you kidding me? And we went out and whipped them. And frankly, not between us, I felt like we were the better team for sure than Buffalo when we lost in the playoff. I mean, they didn't scare me a lick. And, it was more about us than it was about them. So, I'm not trying to be overconfident, but none of these teams scare me right now based on what I saw the positive trend that the Jaguars made. Even Seattle, who had a pretty damn good team this year, and I thought they were good when we got ready to play them. I think it was a 20-12 game.
Yeah, 20-12.
I mean, the game I felt like we just didn't play very well at all really was the Rams game. And, that was, I think, just before the bye or in and around that time period. Well, and after that, we were as hot or hotter than any team in the league. And I feel very confident right now in talking like you're talking, Matt, as far as this team. Hey, we'll take anybody on right now. And not that this don't get too cocky, but the facts are, just look at it right now. I think that's where we stand.
We're talking with Coach Mark Duffner, one of our coaches, both sides of the ball. Both he and Gerald Ingram will have plenty during the offseason as we crank it back up and start looking at free agent possibilities. But game plan-wise, when you look at a play caller, Mike McDonald on the defensive side of the ball, I believe, Coach, he's the first to win a Super Bowl as a head coach calling plays on the defensive side. We were talking about it yesterday. I think, who was it? Big Sur's Ken Norton.
Yeah, Ken Norton, yeah.
Yeah, he was calling plays the last time the Seahawks won the Super Bowl on the defensive side of the ball. Mike McDonald was hired to combat Kyle Shanahan and Sean McVay. That's basically what Seattle set out to do. and you got to give him a ton of credit.
Oh, I mean, unbelievable. And John Snyder, I mean, like here, I mean, it's not just one person that gets it done. It's the team that gets it done. But John Snyder and the personnel staff out there, coupled with Mike McDonald and the coaching staff, much like the Jaguars combined in collective effort, unbelievable. I mean, really a terrific job. I mean, again, they dominated play in that game. Now, the stats, when you looked at the yards and everything else, it was a little more even than you think. I mean, it was pretty close as far as that. But unfortunately, the Patriots really didn't have any answer for the pressure in the front and just the defense that Seattle came through with. Again, outstanding game. Now, they didn't play as well as that, earlier against the Rams, but not a lot of people did either. But, I mean, it was quality effort by Mike McDonald and the group.
Coach, were you surprised at the very beginning of the game? I mean, the Seahawks didn't waste any time. They had double A blitz. They brought safeties now. I mean, they were trying to annihilate this team early on and send a message that it's not going to be an easy task.
No, they were aggressive from the get-go. Like you said, they showed mugs, which had everybody up at the line of scrimmage, showing pressure, sometimes backed off, sometimes brought it. It was rush and coverage working together. I mean, it was really impressive. Like I said, they were rarely out of position. They did a good job of tackling. I really didn't see any busts as far as that's concerned. So he put together a package of multiple fronts, multiplicity, if you will. Like I said, pressure, four-man rush, fire zone, simulated pressures. He mixed it all up and really tried his best with even disguised coverage to confuse, and it worked against May.
So, Mark, as a coach, and this is going to sound really rudimentary, but how do you get more out of a guy that can give you more? You know what I mean? How do you get more sacks? How do you get more catches? How do you get more yards after the catch? Because there's a few guys in this team that are talented and that produce, but may not be there at that elite ceiling yet.
Well, I think, Matt, what you do is you talk to the players and you show them their strengths, you show them their weaknesses, you talk to them about that. What do they think they are? Dialogue is critical right now that we all kind of see things the same way. And then I've always been a big believer of trying to show them really quality plays that they've made, whatever it is, catches, rushes, whatever it is, and say, look, this is who you really are. Let them, if you've got video evidence of painting, if you will, that they have done of themselves, and look how much better we can get. I think you really have critical dialogue and communication to get that accomplished, and then say, look, we're in this thing to be the best we can be. We're not, being close or that type of thing's not what we're at. And so I think it's a constant effort to educate, to communicate, to show, to demonstrate where we got to get to.
All right, so we've got the Super Bowl to talk about, the Jaguars offseason that we'll throw at Mark Duffner coming up here in just a bit. 641-1010. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. What are you thinking coming out of that Super Bowl, what it took to win, and what you think it will take for this team to get to where they can play for a Lombardi trophy?
XL Primetime from the big #1 Duval Ford Studios. This is 1010 XL Jacksonville Sports Radio.
Gentlemen, can I have your attention, please? Because this message is for you. ET here on behalf of Blue Chew. And when it's all on the line and when the moment counts, make sure that when you shoot, you don't miss. And Blue Chew tablets got you covered. Blue Chew provides access to chewable tablets that help you feel and perform at a high level with stronger results and longer lasting performance. With a simple, discreet process so you don't have to worry about the nosy neighbors because they're in everybody's business. No waiting rooms, no awkward appointments. Just fast-acting chewables delivered straight to your doorstep. And guess what? I got a special deal for our listeners. Get your first month of Blue Chew on me. Just pay $5 in shipping. Just use promo code 1010XL at checkout and cover them $5 for shipping again. That's promo code 1010XL and your first month of Blue Chew is on me. Head over to BlueChew.com for details and safety info. Then just chew it and do it.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. This time 2 years ago, I was celebrating after dropping 40 pounds with a Wake of 180. It felt great. Look, we all set goals, but most times we don't have a plan to hit them. So it's not really a goal. It's more of a wish, and we know how that works out. With Awaken 180, I didn't wish to wait away. I had a plan, and this time I knew I'd reach my goal. But now, fat ball season has come and gone, and I need to drop 10 to 12 pounds again. You know what I mean. We eat too much, drink too much during football season, and now those clothes feel a little bit tighter. But I've got Awaken 180 in my corner, and the plan makes it easy. Eat what you want, follow the plan, get free support from the experts at Awaken 180 Weight Loss. I lost 40 pounds in 2 months 2 years ago, and I'll lose to 10 to 12. I need to drop now. Set your goal and know you'll reach it with the solution for weight loss. Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Call 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, this is Tom McManus. If you get injured out there, there's only one number to call. Pound Law, that's all. Slip and fall, car wreck, wrongful death. It doesn't matter. Morgan & Morgan handles it all. They're the largest in the country. 100 offices, over 1,000 attorneys. $20 billion recovered for 500,000 clients. That's the kind of team I want. If you get hurt from someone else's wrongdoing, check out Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
Fish know where to hide. Captain Kevin knows how to find them.
That's a big one.
Listen for the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show, brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss and Royal Pest Services.
Thursday nights at 6
on 1010XL AM.
Good luck surviving the offseason, football fans.
At first I was afraid, I was petrified. Football's over, it's like a part of me just died inside.
200 days till football's back, but tonight I won't just cry, cause I've got a ways to play. And that's the place with Hard Rock Bet, I will survive.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
When your home or business deserves more than ordinary glass, you trust the experts. Capital Glass and Shower Doors has been elevating spaces for over 40 years with precision, craftsmanship, and clean, modern design. From sleek frameless shower enclosures to elegant glass railings, wine cabinets, and any custom glass that makes a statement, Capital Glass delivers unmatched quality, service, and attention to detail. Your vision, their expertise. Capital Glass and Shower Doors at capcoglass.com.
When you're faced with damage in your home from water, fire, or mold, you need a team with the expertise to fix it right.
Resto Pros!
A locally owned, nationally backed franchise that's here to help you when you need them. A team that does it right the first time.
Resto Pros!
Remember, you don't have to use the insurance company's preferred contractors. Get it done right by a licensed professional you can trust. Call 904-201-9151 or go to RestoProsNEFlorida.com. That's RestoProsNEFlorida.com.
Resto Pros!
Picken here. Restore comfort and confidence with oculoplastic specialist Mary Kate Wilson, MD, at the Eye Associates, Jacksonville's expert in oculofacial plastic and reconstructive care. Dr. Wilson specializes in eyelid surgery, cosmetic and reconstructive procedures, and treatments, always with a personalized approach. Now seeing patients at the Beaches, Southside, and St. John's locations. To schedule your consultation with Dr. Wilson, call the Eye Associates, formerly Bowden Associates, Schneider Eye and Wellness Center, and Janet A. Betchkel, MD, at 296-0098.
After attending a Saturday Bumps and Bruises clinic by Southeast orthopedic specialist, my son's hip and shoulder issues were diagnosed quickly and he's back playing. As a busy family, we really appreciate their prompt attention.
I've been having knee problems for probably 6 months, and I had heard about Southeast Orthopedics on the radio, and I gave them a call. They got me right in. Dr. Kevin Murphy did it. It was painless, and it's been doing fantastic.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Focused, fueled, fearless, Farah. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
20 minutes after the 1 o'clock hour, XL Primetime, hanging out on a beautiful Tuesday. Big Sirs, Matty Hayes, check out his stuff at USA Today Sports. Joe C., JJ LaSelva, and we've got Mark Duffner, one of our coaches. He coached for 50 years between college and the National Football League, including right here in good old Duval under 3 different coaches. So we look at retaining this staff. And a couple weeks ago, you were visiting with us, and we were talking about Anthony Campanile being in the coaching interview funnel, Arizona, 2 interviews there. Grant Udinsky ultimately pulling his name out of the Cleveland gig. Bottom line is they both stay. it's huge for this football team.
Absolutely, it is. I mean, it's just going to make so much more progress available and production available in the off season right now as they move forward. They're all going to be going through ways they can get better, but to keep the staff together and continue the growth and the, as I said, the good ideas flowing like that, it's huge. It's as good as it gets, and I'm happy for the organization and the coaching staff.
Now, Coach, what about the impactful players? You know, guys whose contracts have expired. I mean, your ATNs, your Buster Browns, your Devin Lloyds. I mean, you can't just let that kind of productivity just walk, can you?
No, I'll tell you honestly, I've been saying rosaries and lighting candles in church and everything on my knees at night, hoping like crazy they can figure out a way to keep them here, because obviously they were everybody just mentioned, key producers and the success we all enjoyed and admired. So, as a coach, you always want to keep your players and keep the guys that have really been impactful, and those guys have been. And I've seen teams figure it out. I've seen Tampa Bay a few years ago kept everybody after they won the Super Bowl a few years ago. They kept all their players, and so there's ways to do it. I wish I was a little more versed at suggesting how to do it, but I hope like crazy we can find a way to get that done. Because again, I think that all those guys are showed their worth, their value, and I hope like crazy they want to stay and continue to set the tone here.
I agree with everything you guys have both said, because I hope they keep those guys, but it's also been proven in this league that you don't have to keep those guys. The Chiefs did it, the Patriots did it, the Rams did it. Like, you can win by putting other pieces in there, finding other pieces, be it draft, be it free agent guys, be it, receivers or corners that you've never heard of, because you've got an elite quarterback or because you've got, elite players around them.
Well, and I'll agree with that also, because what they did in Jacksonville, when you saw the players that we just mentioned have the productive years they did with a new coaching staff, well, that can happen. I mean, they're clear evidence of that. And so I just know the more like keeping the coaching staff together, keeping the team together, keeping key components together, known components. As you just said, the Patriots, they brought a lot of new guys in and it worked. And they did a great job of evaluation of character, leadership, et cetera, to get that to happen. Sometimes it doesn't go that way.
But they had built it to that point, like the Chiefs had as well. I think the difference is this team, they haven't built it. They're at the early stages of building it.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why you do your best to keep what you can keep.
Without a doubt. But like I said, the Patriots brought a lot of new players into that
and they were a bad team. So they were picking a tough spot.
Yeah.
And they did a good job of evaluation. Sometimes, and I think the people here, our personnel people, are doing a great job of evaluation.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on all the things you're saying. If we can keep them together and continue to improve their skills, coach them up, work together as a staff, which is back, I think it's a plus.
So here's the numbers, and these will be, I'm sure, a moving target as this offseason unfolds, because Jimmy Gladstone's going to be working on the salary cap. But I'm showing Coach Duff, and you guys that are diehard Jaguar fans are paying attention to all this. The Titans have the most cap space. Okay, they're over $100 million, and they're at the top of the charts. They got a lot of money that they can spend. I spin down, fifth from the bottom are the Jaguars. Okay. They're in a negative situation. They've got almost $44 million of dead cap space. They obviously want to keep Devin Lloyd, want to keep, as Leon asked earlier about Buster Brown, maybe an ETN. It's going to take money to be able to do that, and they're still going to try and massage it. Do you think they will be able, from a cap perspective point of view, be able to massage these numbers?
Again, I've seen crazy things happen. I've seen numbers like that before, and all of a sudden, a couple of weeks later, you open up, and by God, it got done. I think Houdini and Midas and anybody else we can think to bring into the meeting will help us. So I'm anxious to see what's going to happen. I saw yesterday that Ezra Cleveland was a cap hit of some sort, and well, should we keep him or not, or whatever the case may be? I sure hope they keep him. So I mean, it's just again, I know there probably has to be some movement. I just hope it's not very much. Again, the draft is always something that you look forward to, free agency you look to, but right now they've got a good nucleus of people that love working and playing together, and as much as we can to keep that together, the better we'll be.
Coach. Matt said it, Coach. Is this team confident, overconfident, arrogant sort of say as far as how they're able to build a team together, because we've seen not elite, we've seen players bounce and go. We've seen them get rid of contracts. Evan Ingram, we've seen them get rid of guys like that, and they just keep it moving. So, I mean, they can take regular guys, sort of say, tier guys, and have them play elite or play above board comparably to giving them big time contracts that they may be asking for.
Well, I would say to you, and you all have said it all season long, coaching matters.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's where Joe, when you talked about the coordinators coming back and all that staying intact, that's where it's all going to start. We're pleased that that's the case, and the fact that the personnel staff is together still, and I think there's probably good harmony between the coaching staff and personnel. So that's where it's all working right now in terms of evaluation of their current team, the Jaguars, and then free agency and preparation for the draft. All this is that we're in player acquisition territory right now, and that evaluation process is going on. But I like the fact that we've got a lot of the evaluators and decision makers in the same spot when they demonstrated success last year.
How much of that self-eval is going on right now?
A lot. In fact, that's where it all starts. Since when they came back to work, they went right on in terms of, first and foremost, each coach writing up their own players' strengths and weaknesses and evaluations and position needs. And then collectively as a coaching staff, they're all working right now on looking at the good things that they did schematically, the things they didn't do as well, practice plans, practice drills, organization, everything like that is all, your own critique of your season is going on. And right about now, that's probably close to being done. They're starting to look at free agents, and because that's the next thing that's coming up. In addition, they're starting to look at the players that are going to be attending the combine, and if the coaching staff goes and they go through interviews, they'll have wanted to look at them and have an early opinion and evaluation of them.
And you can take a look at a couple of different angles as far as how you would attack this. And one of our nooners did look, there's so many things that are available resource-wise to guys that like to play the part of GM or whatever in the offseason. And this one is Stick to the Model is a good website. But anyway, just to give you an example of one of our dudes, he came up with 21 moves. 21 moves. Look at this, coach. So you cut a couple of guys. Timmy Jones, see ya if we need you. Yeah, see ya if we need you. Chances are you're going to be available. We'll call you back. Chumadoga, he was the guy who came in as a swing guy along the line. Restructure, he brings up 5 guys. Armstead, and Big Surf knows a little something about restructuring. Armstead, Walker Little, Foye, McCary, Devon Hamilton. That would save them some money. Extend a Trayvon, extend an Ezra, who you just mentioned. Bottom line is you pick up some extra cash. You pick up about, instead of being in the whole 11, you basically move some numbers around, and all of a sudden you're on the plus.
Okay.
Not a bad play.
No. That is what I like this.
Yeah.
And that's why you want to be exhaustive in as many scenarios and moves and adjustments that you can make to make things happen. It's worth that kind of effort based on the quality of the player that we have right now. So I like that right now. I would be working tirelessly to come up with formulas and ways we could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but restructure don't mean they're going to keep you.
It is true.
Okay.
It is true. But you did like some of that upfront
No,
money.
of course.
Yeah.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
I mean, you can restructure and get cut at the end of training camp.
True.
So you're actually helping them out, and then they get rid of you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So now that, again, you're enlightening me a little bit about that, but I mean, I'm all for trying to keep them in any way we can figure it out, and praise God if we can.
Yeah.
Wait, so you've seen that happen where they restructure and then cut you before camp?
No, they restructure, because restructure just means, okay, so let's say your salary is $10 million,
Right.
and then they offer you $2 million, all right, and then if the $2 million is yours, but then it doesn't count against the cash doesn't count against the cap, right?
No,
So-
I know that.
Yeah.
Right. I
Yeah,
get
but I'm
that.
saying-
But you've actually seen them do that where they give you cash up front to get more cap relief, and then they cut you.
Not cut you immediately,
but
I mean, somewhere down the road you could be gone.
Yeah, not make the 53 or
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. Because some of them, like we have seen, as an example, like
go
Cam
ahead.
Robinson would not renegotiate because he wanted to get all that money because he knew
Exactly.
they were going to wheel and deal.
But they
him out
ended
of
up
there.
cutting them because he
Yeah.
didn't negotiate.
Yeah. And they ended up
trading him, but at the same time.
Trading him at the same time.
But if you could get guys like that, like Walker Little needs to be in a restructure conversation if he's going to stick around. He does after the extension, right?
Yeah, of course.
If he lost his job. So it's certainly worth discussing those types of guys, looking at where you can pick up some savings. McCary, up and down, performance-wise, health-wise, all those things factor into it.
And, you also sometimes read about guys, they sign a hometown deal or a home, that type of thing. And so all I do
hates those hometown.
Okay, well, and I'm not promoting them, but I'm thinking of every way. All I do know is, like I said, Tampa Bay, when they won the Super Bowl the very next year, they kept everybody.
Yeah, they got them to come back.
As soon as I saw that, I started beating the drum forever. And why can't we? Wherever I was. And so I'm just, I'd like to say, tell me why we can't. First, tell me why we can. That's what I'd like to know.
Yeah. Well, Coach, Tom Brady was never the highest paid quarterback throughout his whole career because he always made room for them to re-sign guys.
Okay, so again, I love it, and that's the music I want to be hearing.
Yeah.
But I do know there's a way, and I'd rather tell me why we can, rather than why we can't.
All right, one more segment with our coach Mark Duffner on the defensive side of the ball, hanging out with us. 641-1010. You guys chime in.
XL Primetime is driven by Duval Ford. So, what did Jeff Prosser do before 1010XL?
61.
Make your morning move with a drill on 1010XL.
The Players' Championship returns to TPC Sawgrass March 10th through 15th. Experience golf's most iconic stage with enhanced food and beverage offerings, interactive fan attractions, and an atmosphere built for every type of fan. See the best players in the world, including world #1 Scotty Scheffler, 2025 champion Rory McIlroy, and fan favorite Brooks Koepka take on the legendary Stadium Course and the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
Do you have clicking, popping, swelling, or pain in your knee or shoulder? This can be due to arthritic changes in your joints. Over time, you have wear and tear of your cartilage. I am Dr. George Bari, and here at Bari Orthopedics, we have numerous ways to treat your arthritis, such as regenerative medicine, including PRP and joint replacements with CT guidance for accuracy down to the millimeter. If you are experiencing any of these symptoms, call us for an appointment today, or log on to BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
If you're tired of weekend projects turning into weekend disasters, you're not alone. Building a fence isn't as easy as it looks. And let's face it, your neighbor still hasn't fixed his lopsided masterpiece. But Superior Fence and Rail makes it easy. Highly trained professionals, top quality materials, and a fence you'll love for years to come. Skip the stress and call the pros today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
For nearly 60 years, Green Acres Sporting Goods at the corner of Normandy and Hammond Boulevard has been Jacksonville's trusted name for the outdoors. From archery to hunting and fishing and more, their expert staff helps you get it right the first time. Right now, stop in and try the newest bows by Hoyt and Matthews and get dialed in before spring. Gear up today at greenacresporting.com.
I used to dread going to the dentist. Every visit felt like a sales pitch with constant upselling, surprise fees on my bill, and I could never get in when I needed to. But Harbor Dental Care? Totally different. They saw me the next day, gave me honest pricing up front, and even set me up with a payment plan I could actually afford. No pressure, no surprise charges, just kind people who get it. If you want to experience dentistry the way it should be, book your appointment today at harbordental.care. That's HARBOUR dental.care.
Coach Campo here, and I just want to tell you about the best pizza I've had right here in Duval, and that's Tony D's Pizza. Tony works hard to make every slice perfect. If you love pizza like I do, you need to go to Tony D's, Bay Meadows and 295.
When persistent plumbing problems leave you feeling flushed, don't panic. Call Roland Reich. They quote all pricing in advance, so your only surprise is how quickly they'll solve your issue. Roland Reich Plumbing. PlumbingJacksonville.com.
This is Hayes Carlion for First Florida Credit Union. I went to the branch on 210 to get my car loan and had a fantastic experience. I got a great rate and was in and out. The online banking services are also outstanding. Depositing checks through the mobile app is fast and efficient. First Florida Credit Union was voted Best Credit Union in the Best of Bold City Community Choice Awards for 3 years running, and it's easy to see why. You need to be banking with First Florida Credit Union. They're enriching people every day. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
We've all been there. You hear about an incredible event Monday morning, but it happens Sunday. Stop missing out. Jacksonville is the flip side of Florida, and we have the solution. From under-the-radar sporting events to the perfect family outing or date night, Visit Jacksonville is your all-access pass to the city. Plan your 2026 season at visitjacksonville.com/locals. visitjacksonville.com/locals. Or download the Visit Jax app for the full lineup. See what you've been missing.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Still present, ready. Farah doesn't flinch. Now, the Monahan's golden moment. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, your local family jewelers.
All right, my golden moment is that I'm not going to pile on Will Campbell. All right, you're talking to a guy who gave up a sack to Tony Tolbert and 2 pressures to Charles Haley in the Super Bowl. So I know how frustrating it is to not play extremely well in the Super Bowl. Now, he gave up 12 pressures and 2 sacks. So all he can do right now is get back in the lab, bro. Get back in the lab. Absolutely.
But I hate to. I wouldn't put you guys in the same sentence, at least right now.
Yeah, I know, but bro, I know it, bro. 12 pressures and 2 sacks and 1 sack and 2 pressures.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the same when you lose, bro.
That's true.
It's all the same.
That is true.
And as a player, you always think that your play could have made the difference.
So you're saying you beat yourself up a little bit.
Yeah,
saying
you beat
my
yourself up.
individual.
I'm just, I'm throwing out an olive leaf to the kid because the kid is getting destroyed on social media about the way he played, and he didn't play well. Now, if they had to move him inside, so be it, or whatever they had to get another left tackle. But I'm just gonna let him know that your better days are ahead of you.
Yeah,
Just
that's
keep
good to hear.
Just keep grinding.
Some of the posts on social involving him.
They're brutal, bro.
Oh my God.
I can only. I'm glad I wasn't grown. I'm glad I didn't play in this era.
Okay, when
There are also people that never play the game.
And I'll be cussing a lot of people.
Okay,
out.
listen.
Yeah, but I mean, this is sewer, man. It's just an absolute sewer. That social media.
Whenever I saw it, as Matt always says, it's the best worst thing ever, the worst best thing ever, however you want to say it.
It's the best worst thing ever.
But when I saw one of them, I couldn't help but think of Leon. I'm like, man, they are just brutal. I got to find it, show it to him. Golden moment.
I mean, my golden moment is it just sounds like Trevor Lawrence has kind of reached mentally where he needs to be, Physically, we knew he always had it. Now he's with a coach that he enjoys working with, a coach who clearly knows what he's doing. He's got a general manager that clearly knows what he's doing, a vice president that clearly knows what he's doing. They're putting pieces around him. They're helping him reach his ceiling. I don't think he's reached his ceiling yet. I think we're a good ways away from that. I think you're going to see an elite player over the next 3, 4, 5 years where you're going to be like, wow, this dude's the real deal. This is the dude that we all thought. This is the dude we all thought when Frank Gore dropped that, caught that pass, made that third down.
Mm-hmm.
That we all thought, all right, this is going to change everything.
Member of the Jaguars' pride, Frank.
Right.
Gore.
It might have taken 5 years, but we're here now.
Well, we went through this before, and I've been preaching for a while that as good as Trevor has been down the stretch this year, it's not scratched the surface level yet, I don't believe. And that's 2 more steps. Scratch the surface level is still on its way, and then hit the ceiling is still on its way.
I'm with you guys. I saw it firsthand this season where I was really seeing him on a weekly basis and seeing that development. And I thought he was a solid player before, but he's taken it up a notch like we've all talked about. And by the way, when you look at Sam Darnold, when you look at Baker Mayfield, look at some of these guys that also have had taken years, a few seasons to develop like that. Shoot, I'm excited and confident that we're heading in the right direction. And I'm with you, Matt. I think both of you, I think he's ascending as a player right now, and we're going to expect that.
Mm-hmm. Now, just to piggyback what we were talking about big in the break, the pass rush who you'd like to see, obviously, more out of this pass rush. And you can name whichever the guys that you want to name. Josh Hines-Allen, quiet to begin with, came on strong at the end, but still did not necessarily deliver enough big plays and big moments. Trayvon Walker, less than 4 sacks. Eric Armstead started hot, then cooled off a little bit. Take a look at these Super Bowl winners, okay? This past Sunday, we all know what Seattle did to Drake May, okay? Take a look at what Philadelphia did to Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
Take a look at what Chris Jones and company, and you can go down the line with any of the other guys that they had along that defensive front, what they were able to do with whomever they were going up against, Jalen Hurts or Purdy in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Look at what Aaron Donald did to Joe Burrow.
Tell me about it.
Coach, you remember that one
sorely.
Coaching in that Super Bowl.
Yes.
Then the Tampa front against Mahomes. We can keep going, man.
No, it's 1-1 is 2. You've got to be able to affect the quarterback, and every example you just listed right now is evidence of the fact. And you've got to. That's a component. If you want to be elite and you want to have a chance to win the world championship, you've got to affect the quarterback.
Run the ball, play defense.
Yeah, you got to have somebody on offense that's got to game plan against. Like Coach, when you Cincinnati, y'all probably game plan against Aaron Donald. You got to stop him, or the game he's going to disrupt.
For that one
Except we single blocked him on the play we're talking about, and that the Super Bowl's over for us.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No,
Which
it is crazy.
Just nuts.
But what you just said, I mean, 16 of the Super Bowls have been won by the number 1 defense in the league. 16 of the Super Bowls have had Super Bowl champions that were number 1 defense in the league. And so, as I've heard many people say, defense wins championships, and you've got to stop the run, as Joe just mentioned, and you've got to get after the quarterback.
The other thing
that's 16 to 60.
Yeah.
So when you think about it,
but it's still
number 1.
Number 1 though.
No, I know that. I know that. But
And
my
the other
point
thing
is, but what I said was, I don't think you need to have an elite.
No.
You could have a top 6 or 7 defense, and that's good.
Especially if it's rushing.
Even
the
a top
passer.
10.
Right with you. Right with you.
Yeah.
Especially if it's rushing the passer. The other part of this though is number 1 D versus number 1 O. Number 1 D has come out more often than not. And so that, can we score or can we stop them? It's that classic line or tug of war that you want to talk
But
about.
I also think it's much more difficult to get the offense at an elite level than it is the defense at an elite level, right? Would you agree with that?
I think it takes more time. Yes.
Yeah, and
yes.
you
There's more components to it.
And you got to have the quarterback. And
always have.
Yeah, and I think they're there right now.
Absolutely.
Which is why, I mean, I say it all the time now. You guys get annoyed at me all the time. It's affect the quarterback, protect the quarterback. Because it's all about the quarterback. If you can get to him defensively, you don't have to have a number 1 defense. If you can protect him offensively, you can outscore people. It's really, look, at the end of the day, Leon, you talk about it all the time. Football is a pretty simple game. It's blocking and tackling.
It is. Blocking and
And
tackling.
when people forget that, they struggle. You're dead on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Coach, great stuff as always, man. We appreciate it. Mark Duffner, one of our coaches, will crank up both sides of the ball. So here we are. We're a couple of weeks away from this all kind of shaking out as far as what's coming up. They will make decisions on franchise tags. The decision, don't think Jacksonville will do anything, but that'll be a big subject next week. And
It's going to be exciting.
Yeah. Franchise and transition tags. We'll see where either one of them go. Thanks, Coach. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
JJ, you got a prize that you want to hook up one of our XL peers.
I do. I have a family 4-pack of tickets to see Sporting Jacks. That is February the 11th at Hodges Stadium. So be caller number 4 right now at 641-1010.
XL Primetime. Driven by Big Number 1 Duval Ford. Elite service for elite companies. Live streaming from the XL Digital Studios. Brightened by Harbor Dental Care. Jacksonville's first choice for dental emergencies.
Pages in your mailbox right now.
Did you know there's local savings sitting in your mailbox right now? Money Pages is packed with real coupons from your favorite local businesses. Save money at restaurants like Al's Pizza, on pet care at Forever Vets, and on entertainment for the whole family at the Alhambra Theater. Plus, make sure to download the Money Pages app for savings on the go.
Pages in your mailbox right now.
Frank Franchi here. Nimnick Chevrolet is proud to be a 7-time Chevrolet Dealer of the Year recipient, the only dealership in Northeast Florida to ever win this prestigious award, earned by treating customers with courtesy, respect, and fairness. All part of Nimnick's Treating You Right guarantee. Visit nimnickchevy.com to learn more. For 3 generations, Nimnick has been the place customers keep coming back to. They treat you right. Where do you go? The answer is simple. nobody but Nimnik. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Get ready to break on through this Valentine's night. Experience the Ultimate Doors Tribute live at Thrasher Horn Center February 14th. Get tickets at thcenter.org.
Transmission troubles? I'm Robin Sidbury, owner of Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. So come in and see how we can help solve your transmission troubles. We service all makes and models. Remember, get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
Are you ready for another historic season at the bank? It's time to lock in your seats for 2026 by placing your deposit now. Next season will be played at Everbank Stadium, but seating capacity is limited due to in-bowl renovations, and spots are going fast. Don't miss out on your chance to see the season's biggest matchups and highlight real moments by placing your deposit at jaguars.com/tickets or by calling 904-633-2000. Go Jags!
Take aim and make a difference with Operation New Uniform's Veterans Cup on Friday, April 10th. This competitive clay shooting tournament is a fun afternoon on the range, followed by awards, a reception, and great company, all in support of our veterans. Proceeds benefit Operation New Uniform, helping veterans, transitioning service members, and military spouses successfully move from military service into meaningful careers. Put your team together and join us on April 10th. Register today at onuvets.org. That is onuvets.org.
Skilled trade jobs are booming. You can begin a high-pay, high-demand career right now through the Northeast Florida Builders Association. Their apprenticeship program provides paid training in some of the most highly sought-after skilled trades. Work full-time in carpentry, electrical, HVAC, or plumbing, plus earn a 10% raise every year. And the classes, 100% tuition-free. Apply online starting March 10th and start your new career now at NEFBAapprenticeship.org.
Lauren Brooks here for Terminex. When mice and rats show up in your home or business, they can be a real pain. You need them out fast, before they have time to multiply. Terminex knows how to shut down rodents and will keep them from coming back to wreak more havoc. When rodents show up, so does Terminex. Don't live with a rodent problem, Terminex does. Visit Terminex.com today to schedule a free inspection online just like I did. That's TERMINIX.com. TERMINIX.com.
This is the home of the Florida Gators. Get your Gators hoops on 1010XL. Brought to you by the personal injury attorneys of Farah and Farah, Randy Marion Cadillac of Jacksonville, and Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors.
Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
1010XL, presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. When it's game time, Farah doesn't flinch. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. If you look at the defensive front that this team had, an aging Eric Armstead, but a first rounder, top 20 pick. I want to say he was maybe 17th, something like that. 7th overall in Josh Hines Allen, and then first overall in Trayvon Walker. That should yield results.
Got to get more out of those guys.
And
got to get more out of those guys.
And so
man.
it just has to
and
be
I know
there.
that Josh Allen gets offended and talks about pressures, and you guys don't know what you're talking about. You got to get more out of them, man. You have
Quarterbacks have to hurt when they get up.
Am I wrong, Leon, by saying that?
No, you're not wrong at all. I mean, run bys and sacks are different. Run bys are pressures, right?
Yeah.
Sacks are home.
Well, also impactful plays too, man.
Yeah.
If
Myles Garrett's out there, he's a beast.
He is a beast. Absolutely.
Nick Bonito's out there. He's a beast.
Yeah, there are guys that, and look, this team did a good job against Bonito and some of the other guys, but the Max Crosbys of the world, they affect plays on a regular basis, game by game. Myles Garrett absolutely does that. And you have seen it at times. You just haven't seen enough of it.
Yeah, they're disruptive.
Yeah.
They're guys, they're impact guys the offense have got a game plan against. I mean, respectfully so, there's nobody on defensively that that you would say that we got to get. If your offense say, hey, we got to stop this guy, or we're not going to be able to go. There's no one respectfully on this team that you can say that we have to do that to. Just the truth, facts.
That's what I was trying to talk with when we were talking to Mark about that. Like, how do you address a player? And we saw Liam did that. Like, the Jags released that video where he was showing them, this is who we are when we're really good. This is who we are. It's not like these mistakes over here. It's this. When you play this, you win games, and this is who we are.
Well, I feel like right now I'm more encouraged and more stoked about the leap that players took under his leadership. Liam called people out and did it in a way where he made them better, put pride behind their work, and did the man in the mirror stuff to them. Because you can add it up right now. Anton Harrison was challenged. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence was challenged. ETN was challenged. You can go down the line. Cole Van
Devin Lloyd.
Yeah, Devin Lloyd, and you can obviously name the guys, the Antonio Johnsons, the Devin Lloyds of the world, all those guys on that side of the ball that said, you know what? We need to pick it up, and we're going to give you the opportunity. We're going to arm you with what it takes to win play to play and be a bigger part of what we're doing here. And so I love the fact he's already called people out and taken them to another level. Speaking of another level.
Now, the 2-minute drill is driven by nobody but Nimnicht. Nimnicht Chevrolet on Cassett Avenue and Nimnicht Buick GMC on Phillips Highway.
Helmets and Heels will take it to another level. After we shove off, Taylor Dahl joins us now. Still trying to figure and hatch a plan for this team to keep as many people as they can and, of course, add more.
Yeah. We'll have a similar conversation today. I heard a clip from Julian Love, my guy, Go Irish, talking about how Seattle's defense had built themselves these last several years, but also beyond that, what they did defensively, how all of the just pieces fit together well. And it was a really good clip of how well that defense worked. And it's not just easy. You can't get a bunch of guys and be like, here, go get all the top guys and it works together. It's a little beyond that. And their GM has done a really good job of building that. So we want to kind of look at that and see how far we feel like Jags personnel wise is from what Seattle has built defensively, at least. So we'll look at that. We'll also go into some of, Tom has a list of some of his free agents available, the ones that he thinks will fit the Jags specifically. So we'll go through some of that too.
Now's the time to start zeroing in on those targets. That's for sure. All right, Taylor, thanks. We will be listening.
Thank you.
John Schneider definitely got more face time in the last 2 or 3 weeks than most GMs have, but he deserves it. Only GM in NFL history to take 2 teams to the Super Bowl with entirely different rosters, including the coaches. That's impressive. It really is, the job that he's done. Impressive work from Matty with the butt. Outstanding. Good barbecue, bro.
I owed you guys. What can I say?
Oh, you're just used to these compliments?
No, I'm saying I owed you guys. What I have to pay off, right?
But at least
lost again.
At least this was homemade. Okay. It wasn't ordered off an app or anything like that.
Well, yeah, of course he's using this as his "I paid my loser" bet.
I'll buy you grandma's pizza because I know that's what you want. Okay, there.
Leftovers.
We're done. Leave it to that guy to rip you for bringing leftovers.
Right. No, I don't. He can do that, but leftovers
that's
not
not
paying
the bet.
a bet off.
Not the bet, he says. All right, we are done. You got Helmets and Heels coming up next. Joe C, Maddie, Big Sirs, and JJ.
XL Primetime.
Driven by Duval Ford. It's every driver's dream.
Dale